Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, introducing Maria Batagon.
Thank you, first of all, I'd like to welcome everyone from near and far. This is a joyous occasion as well as a very important occasion for me. I don't want to cry in front of all of you. I've been given that instruction. I'd like to talk about Terry. When I first met him, I just like what Raleigh said. He didn't say too many words. He just didn't say too many words. But when we discuss something about politics, boy, you get it, because he really knows what he wants, and he knows how to make a position. And also that he's not this regular nice guy that just talks about nice things just for the sake of talking about nice things. He talked and spoke about what he thinks right, his opinion, and I respect him. And by the way, he is a Democrat, okay? And the way he takes care of my daughter, I'm very happy because they always seem to get along very fine. They do have their own, they discuss things and they may have disagreements, but at the end of the day, they're still there. They're holding hands and, doing this and holding hands and doing this and holding hands. So what can I say? It's always holding hands. Somebody's driving and they're holding hands. Okay, with my daughter, I'd like to brag a little today because nothing has been said about her. I would like to relate an instance in the past when she was about 6 years old. Every time my two children would come in the door and say, "Jacqui, shut the door." And so one evening he said, "I want to call a meeting." And so the brother and the sister go, "Oh, she wants to call a meeting." She says, "I just want to make a point that I'm not here to actually open and close the door for you because you're so much bigger than I am. And so, you know what? And I know I can close the door for myself, but you don't say, 'Close the door, Jacqui.'" So that was the first, and I always take her to Toastmasters, and I always take her to my, I think that was when I was taking nuclear power classes, and because I have to go on submarines and surface ships, so I know Mr. Bradley always remembers her. He says, "Where's Jacqui now?" I was in my submarine technology class, which is right next to me. And I was in Toastmasters, and when I didn't win the speech contest, I cried. Really, I cried hard. He says, "Mom, why are you crying? Just do better next time." She's very quiet. She's very quiet. She's just a good observer. She will observe and then she will say something. I think that's the parallel between her and Terry. They're very observant, but when they open their mouths, it makes a lot of sense. So I'm so proud of that. And also, I would like you to know that we have been through hard times, me and my daughter. When she graduated from high school, she has a good grade point average, but because she was very tenacious in applying for scholarships, because I am a single parent, and because of her grade point average, she had 13 scholarships. I did not repeat. I did not spend for her college education. She did it. She earned it for herself. One more thing that I want to share with you is that because I don't have any money, she has to work full-time, and she has to go to school full-time. And on weekends, she goes to Walnut Creek and take care of the elder care. Because the only thing that I have ever given her is a car and insurance to the car. And that was it. She did everything, and for that I'm very thankful. I thought that's the reason why she didn't get married at age 18. She know how hard it is. And so I just want to pay tribute to both Terry, my son-in-law. Now I can really kiss my son-in-law. And I want equally to pay tribute to my daughter. I'm very proud of you. I'm going to cry. I'm very proud of you, and I know you're going to be, this is the right choice. And I know that Terry is going to take care of you. I have seen so many times when, you know, I have some problems at home, and he's always there for both of us. So, the very best. And on the lighter side, I'm waiting for grandchildren. Okay?
Thank you very much. At this point, I was ready to go into my impression of The Godfather, because with a name like Leone, you can't just help but feel like you're somehow tied to the Italian traditions, right? And so it's like, you know, I'm gonna make you an offer you can't refuse. Take care of my little sister. But at this point, let's keep the ball rolling with the mother of the groom, Mrs. Leone. Please share us the funny, intricate moments that you had to when Terry was growing up.
Okay, I'm not going to embarrass Terry, I promise. I'm going to start with I am truly blessed, because I have a wonderful son who I am very, very proud of. And he has gotten married today to the most wonderful woman that I could ever hope to have as a daughter-in-law. Jacqui is fantastic. She just compliments Terry so much. And when I was growing up, when Terry was growing up in my house, we lived with my parents for a while. And in my father's house, you learned to talk about sports or politics, which is why Terry does this so well. He actually learned to count in Italian before he learned to count in English, because my father would play solitaire and Terry would be right there playing. Terry and Jacqui, if my mother and father were here today, they would be so very proud. And I'm just going to keep it short and say thank you, and I love you both.
All right, well, at this point, I think what we're going to be doing is we're still in the process of everybody getting their salads and food and whatnot. So please enjoy the soft dinner music, and we will continue the party in a little bit. Thanks.
Good save.
Wow. Okay. We didn't want you to be on YouTube for wedding night reception. All right. So the next segment of our program is going to be our toast by our maid of honor, Jen Mojica. Please rise to the occasion. Come on over. You get to stare him in the eye this time.
Hi. Where's Jackie? He's like, oh, where's Jackie? Okay. Thank you so much. I didn't know I was next to back, on my back. But anyway, I'm gonna keep it short. Hi everybody, I'm Jen Mojica. I'm the maid of honor. Okay? Just wanted to share a few things here. Known Jackie for a real long time. You know, and I think a lot of people that also knows Jackie would agree with me that she's just genuinely genuine. Stop taking pictures. Right? No. Jackie, you're absolutely a genuine person. You're unselfish, and I think a lot of folks would agree that you always looking out for people. You want to make sure that everybody is okay. You know, always giving, always making sure that everybody's comfortable, okay, got Scooby snacks, got drinks, right? Got drinks, right? My bartenders, hey, tip them. But, you know, I was a knucklehead when I was younger. When I say I knew her from way back when, I was about 13, 14 years old. We're not going to get into too much detail because I don't want the aunties and the lolas to get mad at me. Shame, shame, I'm sure. You would be mad at me if you knew me then. Might have prayed a few rosaries for me. They're like, damn, shut up. So, anyway, even though I was younger, I was smart enough to know then that you have those characteristics, and I knew that you were somebody that I could go to. You know what I mean? Even if I couldn't figure things out when I was young on my own, I knew that you were somebody I could go to then. And as much as I've grown now, I know that those same things have grown to even be someone more admirable than I realized when I was a youngster, right? And so Jackie looked out for me, took care of me when I needed some guidance. Like I said, I was a little bit of a knucklehead. Embarrassing, because it wasn't very ladylike. But I always wanted to give back. I wanted to do something to show just a little bit of love back to you for everything that I remember, because, you know, you don't meet too many people, you don't meet too many people that you come across as truly genuine as she is, right, Terry? Yes, nod your head, yes. And I always wanted to show that love back. And so when you made eye contact with me, even though we didn't talk all the time, you said, hey, you be the maid of honor? Sure. And really, I was like, yes, I can finally give that love back. I can finally give that love back. And I was happy to do so, and it was an honor, even though I think the name maid is a setup, because I found myself running, doing all kinds of things, A through Z. It was like maid. I was like, wait a second, it's like Mary Maid. It's a setup, right? No, but I was happy to do it. You know, much love to you. And to Terry, even though we haven't bonded much, and I do know a few things. I know that as long as there's hockey, a little bit of sports, you know, like your Uncle Riley mentioned on Friday, as long as there's some sports and some hockey, a little bit of whiskey, a little bit of Snoop Dogg, right? As long as there's a little bit of Snoop Dogg, Jackie, you'll be able to get whatever you want, whenever you want. So knowing that, you know, I just want to say, God bless this union, you know, and if there's any room for God to allow any more of my requests, I'd also like to say, God bless the Giants and the Raiders and the Oakland A's, maybe 49ers. Okay. I'm all inclusive, just like a buffet. You know, it's all inclusive, something for everybody's palate. But no, God bless this union. I wish you, you know, more happiness and everything that you guys would ever hope for. And Terry, you mentioned on Friday, you know, I hope that, you know, you guys have been a part of our lives, and I hope that you continue to join us. Well, definitely. I'll be stuck to your hip, and I hope you guys will be stuck to mine as well. You're just good people, and I think you just got a beautiful union here, and may God bless this union. Everybody toast cheers. Thank
you. Wonderful, wonderful words of straight from the heart. That's the way to honor somebody. And without further ado, oh wait, did I hear a clinging of the glasses? I'll wait.
I'm so Sean. I'm so Sean Miller.
Yes.
Yes, thank you.
Oh, you're very welcome.
Huzzah!
He's
All right.
Thank you.
So,
Very welcome.
without further ado, let's keep the blessings and the words of wonderment going. She's looking at me like, oh no, please. Let's welcome the matron of honor, Irene Somosierra Sofikides.
Hello. Good evening, everyone. First and foremost, I'd like to say that I am deeply and truly honored that you chose me, Jacqueline and Terry, to be one of your matrons of honor. But for the record, I am Jacqueline's god sister. Just for the record, just to let everyone know. With that said, I'd like to say that I know that Uncle, your dad, is looking upon both of you and is smiling and being so proud of the woman that you've become, Jacqueline, and that the man that you've chosen to marry and spend the rest of your life with. I knew when I went to New York City and I met Terry for the first time, although I had to pull at him to speak to me, I knew that he was the one for you. Just because I saw them interact with one another, and it was just so gracious and so awesome and so full of admiration for the two of you. I admire you, Jackie, for all of the travels, all of your life's accomplishments, and I just love you, and I love that you chose Terry and that you waited so long to wait for the man of your dreams. You're welcome. Okay, now everybody was writing down their speeches, and so I just scribbled something down because they were making me nervous. I'm so sorry. So let me just look at this really quickly. Let's see here. Okay. Also, I know that there's been years that we didn't communicate, and I'm so sad about that. But I promise you that I will not allow that to happen again. So, when I call you last minute and say, I have a layover, you have a house guest for the night, just open up your doors. And I'm sorry, Terry, to just inconvenience you like that, but you know how it is. We're like God sisters. What else do I have to say? Okay. Also, one more thing. I am also happy that within the last year, Jacqueline's text messaging has really decreased because she knows how I feel about text messaging. Oh my goodness, I could put all her text messages together and create a novel. So please, as her husband now, encourage her to call me and pick up the phone. Please do that for me, Terry. Then I even love you more so. So, lift up your glasses, please. And a toast to the beautiful bride and the dashing groom. May God bless you with an overabundance of love, laughter, and a happily ever after. I love you both.
I'll wait. Go ahead. All right. Wonderful words again, and obviously very heartfelt. I hope you guys, both of you, are really feeling the love in this room because we're going to keep it going. Next, another matron of honor. Introducing Christina Lavares Donahue.
Thank you.
short, so I have to stand in the middle. I was forewarned that our speeches has to be less than 3 minutes long. But we all know that when you're talking about two wonderful individuals who happen to make very good, a perfect match couple, 3 minutes is not enough, to describe how these two people touch our lives. And I am very honored when she asked me to be one of her matrons of honor. And I am so blessed to be a part of their life. Jacqui and I, if you guys don't know, if you haven't read or gone to the website, Jacqui and I, we go way back. She took me under her wing when I first immigrated, or when I immigrated from the Philippines to the United States. She gave me my first taste of many things, one of which, or many of which, I want to share with you. My first martial arts lesson. We used to go down to the marina and do some martial arts, Filipino martial arts. She gave me my first tour of E-Town, also the Bay Area. We went to different colleges together. She showed me around. And one thing that I will never forget, she gave me my first pair of granny undies. Let me explain. I joined the Navy, and right before I left for boot camp, she took me shopping for unflattering Navy standards underwear. You know that. Hello, Walmart. So when she asked me to be her matron of honor, I was so flattered. And at the same time, I was fearful. Here's a person who I looked up to for many, many years, growing up, maybe not in height, but, maturity level. I've looked up to her like a big sister. I've always called her ate, and that's the only way that I, address her, ate, because I respect her so much. So what advice can I give? I've been married for 12 years, 4 kids. I'm sure many of you here, especially the older folks, have been married for many years. You know how it is being married. It's not always smiling, happy, beautiful, sunshine, flowers. There's always clouds, rainy days, lots of stumbles along the way. But to make it last, you have to forget the bad and remember the good. Remember the best in each other. So what advice can I give a person who knows everything? Well, I can only share an experience. Like what I said, I've been married for many years, and with kids, it's really hard to go out and have fun with the girls. But one day, I got an email from one of my friends, and she invited me to lunch with the rest of our girlfriends, and we haven't seen each other for a long time. And on the bottom of the email, it said, bring your Speedy. So it's like, okay, bring my Speedy. So I showed up at the event, and there they were. I'm sure ladies won't understand this, sporting their Louis Vuitton Speedy. And here I am with my husband on my right hand. My husband, he's not here, so. So the advice is, there's really none. You just learn your way through it. Marriage is not something that you can read out of a book. You just make your way through it. Remember to love each other, respect each other, and remember the best. Bring out the best in each other. And I've seen them do that I know that these two couple will make it through. And I love you both, so please share with me, raise our glasses. I have my mic for me. Give them a toast. I love you both.
All right. At least my microphone battery is still alive here, Christina. Just kidding. No, that was wonderful. You did, and again, I love these heartfelt speeches. It really brings to light how impressive both of you are as a couple. And I wish you, many, many, many happy days. And we're going to keep this rolling by now inviting somebody that the groom knows, Uncle John. Uncle John Leone.
Well, I'd like to welcome everybody. Hope everybody's having a good time like I am. Got a lovely bride here, and we got the groom. When I was asked to speak at Jacqui and Terry's wedding, I was truly honored. And I started thinking about what I wanted to say. And I figured, I'm getting a little older, I should write everything down. So I wrote a few things down, right here. And then they told me that I could only speak like 2 or 3 minutes, so here we go. First, I would like to welcome Jacqui and the whole Bittagon family to the Leone family. Because when you have a wedding and you celebrate a wedding, it's not just a marriage between the bride and the groom, but it's a marriage and a merging of families. And I'm truly honored that our families are now merged together as one. If someone came to me 20 years ago and said that this wedding was going to happen and I'd be standing here today, I would have said, there's no way. You could give me the best odds you want. It wouldn't happen. Everything that had to happen for this day to take place could have come from a movie script. You have Jacqui, born on the West Coast. She's got Asian ancestry. She's a shy, reserved girl. She grows up in Vallejo, California, a place I'm sure growing up Terry never even heard of. She goes to college locally in her home state. Then you have Terry. He's born in New Britain, Connecticut. He's got European ancestry. I'm sure Jacqui never heard of New Britain, Connecticut growing up. He goes to college in his home state. But somehow after college, these two shy young people, they end up in New York City. So they're in New York City. They both have demanding jobs. Jacqui likes bicycling and running in her spare time. Terry likes ice hockey. Somehow those two don't meet. But in a city of over 8 million people, they meet and they fall in love together. Then they go to Paris. And in Paris, Terry proposes to Jacqui. This is the kid that got car sick on a trip to New York. Now he's a world traveler. And Jacqui says yes. I don't know that she drinks much, but she must have been that night. So they get married in a beautiful ceremony on a lovely day with all these people here for them. And if this truly were a movie, then it would end here and they would live happily ever after. But this isn't a movie, and this isn't the ending for you guys. This is just the beginning of your life together. And your life together, the happily ever after, you have to make. You have to create that happily ever after. So to give you a few pointers, I want to give you a few family traits, Jacqui, that you have to watch out for. Okay? Number one, I really have to let you know that when we get upset in the Leone family, we just get quiet. So if Terry isn't talking to you sometime, he's probably angry about something. We get upset pretty easily too. We've got that Latin blood in us, but we also cool down very easily. We're often stubborn. Sometimes that's a good thing, and sometimes that's a bad thing. But one of the things you really have to remember is that when someone in our family is having a discussion and they're passionate about it, we talk very loudly. We're not yelling, we just speak very loudly. And that's very noticeable when you come to our family events. And the last thing I want to tell you about is sometimes it's difficult for us to express our feelings. So while Terry might not always tell you that he loves you, he surely will always show you that he loves you. So with that being said, I'd like to say to Terry, I'm very proud of the man you are now, and I love you. And I love you both, actually. And I congratulate you and Jacqui on your wedding, and I look forward to seeing you both succeed in everything you do as you create your happily ever after.